If someone walks up to you with a camera and you feel your blood pressure rise, pause right here.
You're here. You're creating a disturbance.
This is 2015 Rodriguez versus United States.
What are you doing?
What crime have I committed?
You have interfered with investigation.
No, I have not. I've got law books.
Where's your driver's license?
I'm not giving you my license. If you don't like it, call your superior right now.
Because 5 minutes from now, you'll know exactly how to win these encounters legally, calmly, and professionally. Stop giving them content. This is the Lawmaniac channel, and I help aspiring cops get hired and new cops get better. You're bound to run into an auditor, and as a cop, your job isn't to win the argument. It's to protect rights and people. That means 3 things: stay calm, know the law, and stay in control. You do that, you win every time. Now, the video title that the auditor puts out will still mock you, but the lawsuits and the internal reprimands won't happen. So if you find yourself getting dispatched to a man with a camera call, run this checklist through your head. First, is this a public space? If they're in public or a place that the public has the right to be, like a sidewalk or lobbies or foyers of a government building or parking lots, they're allowed to film. Don't tell them to stop. If this area is restricted or posted employees only, now that's different. It's no longer open to the public. Are they interfering? Are they blocking business, threatening anyone? Are they violating a disorderly conduct statute? Are they disrupting operations? If they're not, then there's no detention, there's no ID demand, and there's no issue. Now, if they are, articulate it clearly and then act lawfully. So there are some laws that are gonna help you deal with people that are disorderly and that are causing a scene. Know what those laws are. For example, in Florida, they have what's called the HALO law. And it's not just for cops, it's for all first responders, firefighters, EMTs. And if a first responder is in the performance of their duties, not that they're just eating lunch, but they're in the performance of their duties, you have the right to tell people to stay 25 feet back so that you can safely do your job. Now, I watch some of these videos around the country, and apparently those states, cities, or whatever, they don't have those types of laws or ordinances because the auditor gets right up on them. So know what you can and cannot do. Let's talk about reasonable suspicion. You can't detain or demand ID just because somebody called 911. A call doesn't override the Constitution. Now, I see videos of this all the time, a cop demanding ID because they're conducting an investigation, right? I'll see a video where the auditor says, "Am I being detained?" And the cop says, "Yes." And the auditor says, "For what?" And the cop says, "Because it's an investigation." Absent a crime, that doesn't fly. You can't do that. You still need specific articulable facts that a crime has happened, is happening, or is about to happen. Now let's talk about trespassing laws. If it's public property and open to the public, you need a lawful reason to trespass someone. Is it private property? If it's private property, then the owner or authorized rep has to make that call, not you. Give a clear trespass warning. Document it and only enforce it if they refuse to leave. I truly believe in this. Ask them, tell them, take them. Oh yeah, absent a law violation, you can't demand ID for the trespass warning alone. Now I see this in auditing videos all the time. I'll hear a cop ask a question like, or say something like, "I need your name so I know who to trespass." Well, absent a law violation, we can't do that. If you do, you're going to go viral. I see it all the time. Don't let your ego get in the way of a bad decision. You also gotta remember, it's not a crime to be a jerk. If they're calling people names, if they're mocking little old ladies, absent a law violation, that falls under freedom of speech and it's legal. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to explain that to the citizen or Mildred the librarian. I know it sucks. It sucks to watch these folks get bullied, but it's legal. It's the same thing as this. Let's just say you were on a podcast and you watched the video of an older lady getting bullied, and on the podcast, you made a joke and you said something like you felt like punching someone in the face, although you never would. Or maybe you called somebody soft. It's protected speech. It's the First Amendment. And if you care about the Constitution, that shouldn't bother you. Somebody's gonna get that reference. And finally, listen, you gotta know when to walk away. If no law's being broken and your presence is enough, disengage. In fact, if you explain the Constitution as well as what's allowed and not allowed to the complainant, and there's no law violation, and it doesn't violate your company policy or department policy, why even speak with the auditor, right? It's gonna go nowhere. Most of them are gonna criticize or mock you merely for saying hello. You don't believe me? Watch the videos. Now, there are some auditors that won't do that, but there are plenty that will yell at you and they'll say things like, "I don't answer questions," and they'll ask, "Am I being detained?" and they'll make a scene of it. So why bother? Explain that to the complainant, get in your car, and drive away. Don't even confront the auditor. Stop giving them content. That walk of shame they love to post online, if you're doing things properly, it's actually a walk of discipline. Normal law-abiding and responsible human beings, they're not gonna buy into that walk of shame rhetoric if you do the job properly. And honestly, the followers of these channels who truly care about the Constitution and aren't automatic cop haters, they'll respect what you do. Now, the cop haters, you'll never win them over, so just move on. Guys, if you have to speak with the auditor, keep your interaction short, calm, and professional. You can literally keep it simple and say something like, hey, you're free to record. I'm just here to make sure everything stays safe. Or let them know that they have the right to film in public, you just don't want them blocking doors or prevent people from doing business. And unless it violates policy, don't bother asking them what they're doing or asking them for identification. They're not gonna give it to you, and you just gave them content in the next video titled ID Fail. Now, if they ask for your name and your badge number, give it to them. Who cares? Why are we getting so angry at this? If you do have reasonable articulable suspicion, let them know that they're being detained and give them the reason. You could say something as direct as you're being detained for X, Y, and Z, and I'll explain everything to you once we ensure safety. Simple, clear, professional. Nothing for them to twist later. Listen, guys, don't argue with these folks about the First Amendment. You're not there to debate the Constitution. You're there to uphold it. And if you try to talk to them and you try to explain what you're doing, they're just gonna title the video Copsplaining. They don't wanna hear what you have to say. And remember, it's not illegal to be an asshole. Disrespect alone isn't a crime. Criticism, even profanity, is protected speech. The courts have been crystal clear on that. Look, this job is hard enough. Don't make it harder by falling into this trap. Now, I don't want to disillusion anyone here. Even if you do all the right things, there is still a possibility that you're going to look like an ass online. Remember, nice and fuzzy things, they don't get views online, but confrontation and negativity do. But if you stay calm, you know your boundaries, you know the law, and you control the interactions, you'll win. Every single time. And remember, winning isn't owning someone on YouTube. That's stupid. Winning is no lawsuits. It's no viral mistakes. It's no internal complaints. So don't take the bait. Don't fall for that crap. I need you to take control. And remember, you don't just protect the public, you do protect the Constitution.